What's up everybody, Adrian here, back with another writing tip, and this time we're going to talk about how to write instantly likable characters. Now, instead of taking the whole movie to focus on one or a few characters and spending all that time to get the audience to like them, there are little tricks you could use to have characters instantly be liked. Now, what makes a great movie is the characters that we connect with. In order to connect with the characters, we must like them. So we care about what happens to them, if they die, if they do something bad, turn evil, whatever. If you have a likable character, you can expand on their backstory and make them even more likable and make them a multi-dimensional character, a deeper character. I'm all for that. But if you're pressed for screen time, you don't need to, because they have built-in backstories just by looking at them. So what's the purpose of having instantly likable characters? Think of them as tools or expendable characters that you could kill off or use for setups and payoffs later without affecting more important characters. A little quick side note is, make these characters make sense in the story. Don't just put them in there to have a likable character that has nothing to do with anything else or will have no effect with other characters. Don't just have a homeless person to have a homeless person. Don't just have a cute little kid in there who lost his teddy bear to just take up screen time. Make them have a purpose and use them within the correct context. Here is a very important note. Once you establish these instantly likable characters, any main character or side character that helps these characters will instantly be liked by association. That's how important these likable characters are. On the flip side, any character that harms the likable character or kills them instantly becomes the most hated villain in the movie. Kind of like in wrestling where you have faces and heels. Anybody who does anything to a baby face turns heel, and vice versa. So now let's get to the fun part, the list. And if I miss any, or if you can come up with more examples of instantly likable characters, please let me know and I'll use them myself too. So here's a few categories I broke them down into. Let's start off with the everyday man, the underdog story.
Hey, Rocky, you gotta put it down.
The most classic, easiest story. The working man or woman. They are the most relatable because we identify with them. How about the all-American girl?
She was an American girl.
How about an innocent looking person or a pure looking person? You could throw in there princesses.
Bastian! Please! Save us! Alright!
And give you
A princess.
How about quirky characters? Free-spirited characters. That applies more to women characters in movies.
You know what I do when I feel completely unoriginal? Blah, 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 blah. I make a noise or I do something that no one has ever done before, and then I can feel unique again, even if it's only for like a second.
Next category is heroes. For example, cops in uniform, firefighters, nurses, doctors, authority figures with suits and medals and badges, veterans, active duty or retired. How about religious figures, nuns, priests? Next category is trauma victims. For example, in stories where somebody had lost their parents, maybe parents who lost children, sexual assault victims, Holocaust victims, slavery victims, domestic abuse victims, 9/11 victims, homeless people, prisoners of war, POWs, cancer survivors. That's why every rom-com has a girl who either has cancer or just survived cancer, drug survivors, you know, if they go to rehab and stuff like that. I also threw this in there, ghosts and angels. There's many stories where the person was once living, they died in a tragic way, and now they're sticking around, interacting with the love interest or the living, their friends or whatever, as a ghost.
When you sacrifice yourself for Lenny, you showed us you learned how to love, how to value someone more than yourself. That's how you get a ticket uptown.
Or when a person dies and then they become an angel for the person that they left behind on Earth. And then they show up and they help them throughout life, or they teach them life lessons.
I'm a messenger of God.
Got a message for me?
I already gave it to you.
One of the last categories is the fastest way to instantly make that character likable. So number 1 is having babies or children as characters. Any person that's mean or harms a baby or a child instantly is a villain. And anybody that helps that child in need instantly is the hero.
Oh, God.
Also, handicapped people.
Come on, let's give these tosses something to talk about.
Physically deformed with facial deformities.
I'll take my mask off if you take your mask off, you son of a bitch. You have a birthmark. So what?
Why do I have to be so ugly?
You are not ugly, Augie.
Also animals.
You have to care for me. You're my friend. I love you.
Ain't he something now?
And that includes puppies and kittens, or also pregnant women. Characters who are sick or are dying from a disease or some type of trauma.
Did you see how the children listen to me because of the way I look?
Andrew, can you see the lesions on your chest in this mirror?
Yes.
Also elderly people who are treated very poorly. People who look pathetic. Maybe they just have bad luck. Nothing seems to work out for them.
Will you make sure my baby gets this? His name is Jackson.
Also mentally handicapped people.
I'm gonna give you all of my wishes for my birthday.
You're my lawyer! You're my lawyer!
And finally, I have a miscellaneous list. You see certain movies where the main character has an inanimate object as a friend. Maybe a piece of jewelry that has a deeper meaning.
Sarah. This was hers.
For example, flowers like in Braveheart, which was one of the best uses of this example. That was genius. I wish I could have came up with that. But basically these objects that have a deeper meaning, a deeper backstory, and whoever is associated with that object instantly becomes likable. Also, you see this in many sci-fi movies where they have like a robot friend that they built on their own, their best friends.
Here we go. Hello, baby.
Told you you could do it. Thanks. Do you remember when you cut some of Mommy's hair?
Henry shook me.
And you dropped her hair?
Wally.
So that's all the list that I could come up with. But I hope you try some of these characters because they're very useful tools. So thanks for watching. Until next time, see you next video.